On my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo, we are all set for the LPL 2020 final. All Gladiators against the Jaffna Stallions. Let's build our fantasy team with Russel Arnold. Right, let's go to our pro tip and a couple of players that you just cannot ignore. It's an easy pro tip, isn't it? Danushka Gunathilaka with bat and Vanindu Hasaranga with ball. They should be your first picks. Back experienced and big match players. Russel Arnold, sounds good?
Yes, very good. Because they're top of the pops, they're consistent, and they're the ones who are going to win new matches. So you always will go with them, and they're getting better and better. And they are getting a lot of people's trust, not only here in Sri Lanka, but elsewhere in the world as well.
All right, let's go to our player availability for this one. Shahid Afridi from the Gladiators will not be available. Otherwise, no news on any other players that can't make it. But check in after the toss for just the very latest updates before this one. There were injuries all round in those semi-finals, so make sure you get your fittest 11 on the park. Let's go to our team. Before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest, and we'll give you 4 substitute options towards the end of this video as well. Our captain choice is Vanindu Hasaranga. You're wondering which way we'd go. Gunathilaka captain and Hasaranga vice captain, or the other way around. We've gone for Vanindu Hasaranga. He's been outstanding, the leg spinner so far, the most prolific bowler in the tournament with 16 wickets, best economy rate 5.27, best average just under 11, and he's not gone wicketless in any game, which makes him perhaps the safest choice for captaincy. Plenty of runs in the death overs, 207 in 58 balls, striking at 185, so gets you extra points with the bat. Danushka Gunathilaka as vice captain is leaps and bounds ahead of all the other batsmen in the LPL 2020, scoring 475 runs in 9 games, averaging nearly 68, striking at over 145, 450 plus scores. And it was only in that semi-final that he managed to register a low score. We're not going to rule him out just because of that. Captain choice, Hasaranga, vice-captain Gunathilaka. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively, so pick them very carefully. In our top picks, some batsmen that you could safely secure there. Avishka Fernando, impressive young batsman. He's had an average of 41.33 in 7 innings with 248 runs this tournament, strike rate over 137, and also the joint leading 6-hitter with 18 sixes. Panurka Rajapaksa, again, the standard captain for the Gladiators. He's been a regular feature whenever they play, and towards the business end of the tournament, he seems to be finding his form. Mohammad Amir, the most prolific seam bowler in LPL 2020, with 10 wickets in 9 games, averaging just over 25, and is someone who's picked up a 5-wicket haul this tournament, has a record of picking up a 6-wicket haul in a knockout game in the Bangladesh Premier League, so we are not going to rule Mohammad Amir out. Vanindu Hasaranga as captain, Gunathilaka as vice-captain, Avishka Fernando, Bhanuka Rajapaksa, and Mohammad Amir among our top picks. Russell, do you like the look of those, especially going for Hasaranga as captain and Gunathilaka as vice-captain and not the other way around?
It doesn't matter really. You mentioned Gunathilaka and a failure. So he was due a failure. So now that's out of the way. So I think he'll be back amongst the runs. But I'm with you, Ronak. I will go with Hasaranga as captain and Gunathilaka in the other way. Even for the top picks, there are quite a few names that you can consider. But these players are performing really well. So yeah, no complaints at all. No complaints at all. Both teams are now getting their players in top nick, so looking forward to that final and to collect some points.
Absolutely. Now, these are safe ones, right? You would have guessed these. What about some differential picks? Dhananjay Lakshan, after his heroics in the semi-final, features in our differential picks. 10 wickets in 6 innings, averaging just under 19. Good strike rate as well. Also yet to go wicketless in the tournament. Good show with the ball, 2 for 27, and a match-winning 23 ball, 31 not out in the semi. So after that man of the match performance, we are going to keep Dhananjay Lakshan in our differential picks. Dhananjay De Silva is there as well, the experienced Sri Lanka batting all-rounder. He's been good in parts, but has the potential to have a slightly bigger impact. Bowling was top-notch against the Dambulla Vikings, 1 for 23, instrumental in helping the Stallions reach the final. Might even get to bat higher up, you never know. So Dhananjay Lakshan and Dhananjay De Silva in our differential picks. Our full team features Azam Khan and Johnson Charles, also fresh on the back of a fine half century. Bhaluka Rajapaksha, Avishka Fernando, Danushka Gunathilaka as our vice captain, Dhananjay Lakshan, Tisara Pereira, Wanindu Hasaranga as our captain, Dhananjay De Silva, Mohammad Amir, and Lakshan Sandakan. And our substitutes bench, Usman Shinwari, Shoaib Malik, Nuwan Tushara, and Ehsan Ali. Now, in an alternate scenario, we could consider Ehsan Ali replacing Azam Khan. And we're saying Usman Shinwari to replace Sandakan. Surely we can't leave Sandakan out after his heroics in that semi, Russell.
No way. But not for his batting. It's for his bowling. He's been picking up wickets in the middle overs, and that's the difference for the Galle Gladiators. If you look at their last two games, both teams they played haven't scored many runs, so we're not really focusing on how good their bowling is, and that's thanks to Sandakan and his contribution in the middle. I will have him. I might really think of bringing in Usman Shinwari or even Shoaib Malik, and the only name that stares at me over the last few games who hasn't contributed and he hasn't bowled either is Tisara Pereira, really. But as it's a big game and the final, I will keep Pereira in there instead of swapping. Your other alternative scenario, Ehsan Ali and Azam Khan, I'll stick with Azam Khan. He's been eating all those fish and he's strong and good to go.
Thank you very much, Russel Arnold. That will be a wrap of your insights through the course of this LPL 2020. I hope you've enjoyed it, Russ.
It's been going well. Under the circumstances and the situation, the tournament has been put together. It's a first-time one. And what we have achieved so far, playing at the same venue, the pitches have been good. So hopefully it rolls on from here.
All right. Thank you very much, Russel Arnold. Been an absolute pleasure having your thoughts right through the course of this LPL 2020. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more from you on our network going forward. Remember, check in with latest team news just to make sure you have everyone playing in the final in your fantasy team. And we'll be back with plenty more expert opinion, insight, data analysis to help you build your fantasy teams on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo.